So I teased as we finished off the first hour that Megan Rapinoe, who has been lionized for her refusal to go to the White House, decided to go to the White House now that Joe Biden is there. Of course, Megan Rapinoe plays soccer for the U.S. women's team, and she's also a professional soccer player. And I got to be honest with you. It's as if people in the world of sports have suddenly stopped realizing that there is a big difference in the number of people who care about women's sports and men's sports. Because I hear all these people saying like, oh, you know, U.S., the NCAA tournament for women, they get a lot less attention than the men do. And I'm like, yeah, because a lot less people want to watch women's college basketball than men's. And by the way, do you know who most of the fans for women's college basketball are? Men. Men like sports more than women. Now, I know many of you out there listening right now are women and you like sports too. Great. I love that everybody likes sports. But it's as if people don't realize economic realities now. And I saw like this thing trending on social media yesterday where Megan Rapinoe's like, I'm paid less than men who do the same job as me. And the answer is, yes, you are paid less because people around the world like watching men play soccer more than they like watching women. I don't think that's sexist. That's because the men are better. Most places around the world, the better you are at something, the more you get paid to do it. And there are tons of men who are way better at soccer in the United States than there are women. The U.S. women's soccer team, the year they won the World Cup, got beaten head-to-head by 15-year-old boys in Dallas, Texas. They got run. The average women's NCAA tournament team would get destroyed by a good high school boys basketball team. Massacred. That doesn't mean that those women are not good at what they do, but it does mean they are not competitive with men. And whatever you do for a living, you usually get paid more if you are the best. And so I want to play this clip from Megan Rapinoe at the White House, and then I'll react to it a bit more. But this woke virus has so infected sports that whether you are the best or not doesn't matter. It's arguing that you should be paid the same even though you aren't better. It's wild. I don't understand it. And I say that as someone who is 100% supportive of women in athletics being able to compete against other women and win. But the fastest woman in the history of the world got beaten in 2018 by over 300 boys in the 400 meter, high school boys. Men are bigger, stronger, and faster than women, and generally that translates into them being better athletes as well. And in a meritocracy where the best and most talented win, the best and most talented get paid. That's how sports works. Here's Megan Rapinoe saying that she's not getting paid as much as the men who do the same job as her.
I'm a member of the LGBTQ community with pink hair, and where I come from, I could have only dreamed that I would be standing in the position I am today at the White House. I'm also a professional athlete, and I've helped, along with all of my teammates virtually here today, one teammate literally here today, win 4 World Cup championships and 4 Olympic gold medals for the United States. And despite those wins, I've been devalued, I've been disrespected, and dismissed because I am a woman. And I've been told that I don't deserve any more than less because I am a woman. You see, despite all the wins, I'm still paid less than men who do the same job that I do. For each trophy, of which there are many, and for each win, for each tie, and for each time that we play, it's less. And I know there are millions of people who are marginalized by gender in the world and experience the same thing in their jobs. And I know that there are people who experience even more, where the layers of discrimination continue to stack against them. And I and my teammates are here for them. We on the U.S. women's national team today are here because of them.
I mean, I legitimately don't get these arguments, and I don't even know who is listening to them. If you are a teacher and you are doing the exact same job as another teacher, men and women who start teaching in the same year should make the same salary. That's what happens. If you are a employee of the federal government and you are a man and a woman and you start at the same time, you should make the same salary. But Christian Pulisic should make way more money than Megan Rapinoe. Christian Pulisic is probably the best men's soccer player who's an American in the world right now. Megan Rapinoe might be one of the 10 best women. Let's presume that she is, in fact, even though she's not the best team player on the women's team, let's pretend that she is right now. Those aren't similar skill sets, and they don't play in front of similar audiences. Pulisic is on Chelsea, and he plays in front of English Premier League fans all around the world. Megan Rapinoe only plays in front of substantial crowds when she plays on the U.S. women's soccer team. Christian Pulisic plays in front of much bigger audiences all year round. He's infinitely better at soccer than she is. And so he should make way more money than she should. Why should their salaries be remotely the same? The number of people who want to consume your content dictates, by and large, how much you get paid. Howard Stern makes way more money than me, even though we both do national morning radio, because way more people listen to Howard Stern than listen to me. It would be ludicrous for me to argue that my salary should be the same as Howard Stern's because we do the same number of hours of radio every morning. Our audiences are completely different. Similarly, there are a lot of people who do small sports talk radio in the mornings in small towns. I probably make more money than they do because my audience is much bigger. I hear arguments like what Megan Rapinoe is making, and it just, I don't, my jaw almost drops. I don't even understand how you can make that argument and not be considered to be a complete and total liar in many respects. Capitalism dictates what you make. The more people who watch, the more people who listen, the more money you make. It's not rocket science. And Megan Rapinoe may have the same job, but she doesn't have the same audience. And so men who play sports should make more. I don't even know who the best WNBA player is right now. But that woman should make nowhere near what LeBron James makes because there are a scintilla as many people watching her as watching LeBron James.